It's hard, but if you take your emotions out of the deal, Herbert Holtz, that's a really good line for him. 5 innings strong. We've been begging for that and got it. I thought that was better than the outing that he had last week, and got his 5 innings, 78 pitches, I guess I see. So I thought it was the right time, and we really want to try it. Some guys did some good jobs last night, and we wanted to really try to see if we could keep that going. And the ball game for me is we almost wrote a different script. That's what's good. The will's intact. I think I've been trying to advertise that. And then the skill is what is still a challenge for us. And I thought the difference in the ball game was the bottom of the 5th. I thought that Holcomb was at like 83, 84 pitches. He walks LaRue the 9-hole. And we get right to where we want to get in the lineup. They go to the pin. I'd call that a vulnerable moment when you're passing the baton right there. And Hunt gets strikeout, fly ball. And then in our vulnerable moment of going to the bullpen right there, we get, we walk a couple of guys and we get to Armstrong, and we got 2 strikes on a batter and hit that batter. And then, I think Alford's the one that hit the home run that cashed in all the freebies that we kind of pitched into the 6th inning. The other lesson, what I was telling the ball club, when it's 6-2, that game's not over. You have 4 more frames. You're at home. This is SEC baseball, but we just kept leaking out. Nobody could. There were 2-run homers, and there was a walk in front of it. So every one of those stuck. I think they're tired of hearing it, but I'm tired of seeing it at the same time. And so what was almost a different script written by a group of guys that's done an amazing job of hanging in there, wound up leaking it on out to 11-3 is a pretty tough call to get that back and to get 90 feet away. And whether Case and Ball could have got up a little bit more and got out, or Dial missed a foul ball, whatever, how far that was. It's just not in the cards to tie the game, but we still can do better if we hang in there. I thought after that 6th inning, I thought it took us a couple of frames to reset and get back in the ball game, and this is the time of year where we put ourselves that we're not allowed to do that. So we need to stay intact and keep playing, but nonetheless, I just, the will of the guys are in there, and we'll be better. When we got behind, we did want to pitch Isabel and Alsop in the ball game to see if they're taking a step, or we need these guys because we're asking a lot out of 3 or 4 guys. So we need those guys to hold the rope and start pitching better. But it didn't happen.
Kind of coming down to the last at bat to have Ryan come back up. Was there any thought or talking through maybe having another pinch hitter come in, or I guess just what went into the decision?
Yeah, I think Kirby was the other one that you think about with the most at bats and the most power in a moment like that. And I think and Nixon was doing it. It was just a heavy breaking ball, and thought the lefty had the best chance at it. I know he duck hooked one into the dugout. We trust Ryan. He's been in the program for a long time, and the foul ball, he really almost got there pretty good. I really hated to see it end the way it did, but if you're asked to answer the question, I think Kirby was the thought, and right-handed breaking ball, and we wound up staying with Dial at that point.
Just to see the offense come together there and hook it up in the 9th inning, how big is that a positive after what the last 4 games they kind of struggled?
Yeah, we've been looking at, we hadn't played great offense, and that would have been part of the story today, me coming to you, if they hadn't got something going early, because up to that time we had only scored 1 run since the 2nd inning. But it's a really good sign when you see hard, low, and the other way. And we just had locked down, committed at bats. So we probably got Hunt at the end of his freshness, and he did a nice job for him for a long period of time. And then we got their best closer, and like Cason's big swing and a couple, those were really good at bats against those guys. It was just a pretty tall order, but pretty impressive to see our guys, fight to finish the ball game.
Clarksville tomorrow?
I think so. I haven't, gotten in the shower and talked with the guys, but I think that's logical. I think once we got behind, and we're all human, that's probably what we're putting there and thinking Crotch felt to be there, and then Cannon threw 15 pitches last night. So those are the first 2 that I think about, and then kind of seeing who else would be available and for us tomorrow. But those are 2 guys that I would imagine we're going to do everything we can to make sure they throw the most meaningful innings of the ball game tomorrow to try to win the series.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yep.